Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and if you're not listening to the official iHeartRadio Masked Singer podcast, then guess what? You're missing out. Because every Wednesday night there's a brand new episode, and they're revealing so many things, so many spoilers, that I'm surprised these people haven't gotten fired yet. It's hosted by Little Bow Wow, which as we know as the Frog, and Brian Strickland, who you may not know who that is, but it's the head writer of The Masked Singer. And they're dropping truth bombs throughout the entire thing. And this past week was no exception. There are so many things I gotta talk to you guys about because it spoils a lot of things. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you do subscribe because we're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Anyway, let's get started. So once again, Little Bow Wow, Brian Strickland, Wednesday nights after The Masked Singer. This podcast, they started it, I think this is now their second season of the podcast, and every single season, it just seems like they're giving us more and more things. This is an extension of the actual show, because sometimes they have guests. They had Jenner on last year, Caitlyn Jenner on last year, and a couple other famous people, and when they talk about the show, they give some behind-the-scenes information, and then on top of that, they drop us some clues that you would never get from Ms. Maskey, never get from the show, never get on Instagram, and things that you would never get from me. And why is that? Because the person who writes a lot of it is doing it. Brian Strickland is the actual head writer. I mean, you go on LinkedIn right now, and it says right here, it says head writer and supervising producer for The Masked Singer Season 6. So you can't have any more of a connection than Brian. Brian knows all. So for him to kind of give some of these truth bombs on here, it's like, Brian, how are you not in trouble yet, man? Come on. Anyway, I went ahead and typed up a lot of the things that they said. And I'm going to shout out to Ms. Young, who also typed up a lot of this stuff. And I'm going to read some of her stuff as well. Because a lot of this stuff are things that are going to make your mind go crazy. Because he gave us some information about the future show, some really, really good clues about current contestants, and some things about some wild cards that we haven't seen yet. But anyway, I have it all typed up here. Now remember, throughout this podcast, Little Bow Wow is our best friend. Because he's asking the questions to Brian that, like, you and I are screaming at the TV. Seriously. So let's start off with these questions. So when asked if any of the contestants, if their costume relates to who's under them, Brian says, one costume is such a sign of who it is, I can't believe no one has caught it. And I'm telling you right now, they haven't said this, but I'm gonna say it. It's gotta be the mallard, right? It's gotta be the mallard. And we'll get back to that costume a little bit later, because I actually talk about that. Bow Wow then asked Brian, are there any celebrities who are coming back to this season to perform? And we found out that the Turtle, aka Jesse McCartney, is coming back to perform. We also found out that Robin and Nicole will be performing on stage, and something that was kind of like a curve, that there was no indication that this was even going to happen, but Michael Bolton is coming to the show to perform. Michael Bolton. Yeah. That's insane, right? I know. Now, they did say that it's not until later on the season, so we're assuming that it's going to be the finale. So maybe a Christmas thing? Maybe. I don't know. But let's continue on. After that, it says here, and this is what's going around with Ms. Maskey, because a lot of you guys had so many questions about Ms. Maskey. Will she be revealed? Is it actually a character on the show? Is she an animation? Well, according to Brian, we find out that this person, we probably won't meet them. He doesn't actually confirm that or deny that. But we find out that Ms. Maskey really comes into the picture by episode 7. So we have 4 more episodes to go to see what's going to happen there. But as you know, on Instagram, she's really been helping us out. Which, if you haven't seen yet, we actually found out, thanks to Ms. Maskey, that the cupcake was supposed to be a duo. That's right. She showed us that someone else was supposed to be performing with the cupcake, and they couldn't make it, and they showed us the costume. So hopefully that helps you kind of figure out who the cupcake is. Anyway, let's continue on. After that, Bow Wow asks, pointing to the cupcake, and he said she mentioned that she used to share the spotlight, which, by the way, they do say she. so it is a female. Now, Brian says yes, the cupcake has shared the spotlight with a few famous people, including Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, and Lionel Richie. Lionel, you're hiding behind me. Tell me, who is it? You tell me. It's Lionel Richie. That's a big clue right there. It kind of also tells you her age. If she's worked with Michael Jackson. Anyway, continuing on, we're going to the Queen of Hearts. We're finding out that she's in it for the long haul. The 10 o'clock, the Tin Man, the chess piece are very, very important clues. So when you go through your guesses, make sure you figure out how they relate to your guess. After that is the Mallard. I told you we'll get back to the Mallard. And they said that being friends with Chris Pratt is a big, big clue, and so are the boots. Come on, Mallard. We know who you are. We know it. And the last clue we're talking about is the banana split, because they're trying to figure out, are these two married? Are they related? So on and so forth. And Brian says that I probably shouldn't be revealing this, but maybe they're brother and sister. Maybe he's throwing us off. He could be. But that is very, very interesting, because right now a lot of people are guessing a celebrity couple. Yeah. Anyway, those are all of the clues from the Masked Singer podcast. You really need to go ahead and check it out. It's on air right after the Masked Singer, well, on Wednesday night after the Masked Singer, and they're clues that you're really going to want to know. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. Stay safe, everyone. See you later. Bye.